All right, so we're here with Kayla from Georgia Tech Volleyball. The team continued its winning streak, really ended the fall season, and we'll discuss the spring season coming up in a moment. But you ended the fall season on a winning streak, defeated Clemson for two matches. Just overall impressions of how the team did against Clemson and what led to the victories.
Yeah, I would say one thing versus Clemson, having those two nights together, we really worked together. We practiced all week really hard. And we just had that good communication, knowing that this team, they're a very emotional team, just like us. So just knowing to stay composed, stay together as a team, and work hard to beat them.
They're a scrappy team. I watched the match, the second one, on television. Long rallies. Their defense was very strong. How do you stay calm and handle that when you have a team that's plays very scrappy and even takes a second set against you?
Knowing that we have a very good offense that we can spread the ball around, like we always have Mari on the right side, or we have Julie on the outside, a middle, a very strong person in the back row. When those plays get long, we don't have just one person we can throw that ball to. We have four people we can throw that ball to. So just staying composed during the long rallies and letting the other team make the mistake and keeping control on our side.
It looked like they had the pins covered pretty well. I mean, Mariana and Julia got their kills, but you and Aaron really took control of that contest, especially in the third set on, as far as the middles go and going down the middle. Did coach discuss that when you're in the I don't know if you go in the locker room anymore or the hallway, whatever the situation is, but in between that second and third set, was that an approach to say maybe we can go down the middle more and take advantage of the opening?
Yeah, I think something with having such a good depth in our team, when we go into that hallway, we always talk about what's working, what's not working. So in that discussion, we did say they are camping on the outsides. Like they know Julian, they know Mario are very strong pins. So why not spread out that offense just a little more and add that middle in there? So that was definitely part of the discussion.
Yeah, you had 10 kills and hit 53% in your hit percentage. How important is that not only to have the amount of kills, but the efficiency to have that high of a hit percentage just to help the team win?
Thank you. Yeah, I believe it's very important for the middles to be involved and to have those high hitting percentages because if the other team knows that that middle is going to be in there, it just holds them and it confuses them on their defense. So just having a good middles in our team really confuses the other team, makes us do better for sure.
You had your first solo block of the season, as well as three assisted blocks. What about the defensive effort of the team and how that's evolved over time this year?
Yeah, having Ariel Wilson come in and help us with the middles has really helped our defense. We really focus on everything with the defense, where that's our hips, that's our shoulders, that's our wrists, that's our feet. There's so many things that come into play with defense and communicating with those pins as well. So definitely the evolution with the defense has been growing and will continue to grow for sure.
You talk about continuing to grow. You're going to take a break now for a few months, it looks like at least, with the end of the fall season. Well, before we get to the spring and how you prepare for that, how do you think the team handled just this adjusted schedule, these matches in the first portion of your year in the fall?
Yeah, I think we were just happy to get what we could get with our 8 matches, and we were going to do what we could do with those matches. So just giving it our all, being excited and having the opportunity to play, just putting everything we could in those matches.
Now you prepare for the spring season. How do you do that? You're going to have to practice through some holidays and I guess some breaks academically. You don't know when the official start's going to be, whether it's January or maybe later on into the spring. What did the team say to each other, I guess, in your after the match, and when do you get back together to prepare?
Yeah, I just what coach says all the time, control what we can control. So whether that be practicing on our own, working out on our own, getting in with Scott when we can, just keeping connected as a team. Like we've learned this over quarantine. We had our Zoom meetings, we had our calls, we had our workouts together. So since we had the opportunity during quarantine, I think we're going to apply that into going into the spring season.
You mentioned getting together. Is there a plan to scrimmage against each other, or do you want to give yourself a few weeks off? As a team, have you discussed that as far as how you're going to handle the next few weeks?
I think we're getting right back into it. We're going to go into practice. We're not going to stop. because the spring season, even though it's far away, like what happens now is what matters. So taking that break is just going to set us back because we know that other teams are practicing right now. They are lifting weights right now. So if they go one day before us, they're going to be better. So we need to keep going regardless of when the spring season starts.